came, definitely we lost everything.
When rebel soldiers invaded Timothy Jokkene's family farm, they killed all his livestock, destroying his livelihood.
If you have cattle, you have everything. You have food, your children can marry, your children can go to school. It's a source of pride too.
A pride that resurfaced after a 23-year civil war.
That is when the survival instinct took over, and I needed to find something that is more sustainable. And that is how I started getting involved in small businesses.
Timothy knew of a failed service station that had been abandoned that he believed he could revive. He managed to obtain a loan which allowed him to buy inventory and reopen the station, and it worked.
The Lord allowed me to prosper, and I was able to pay back successfully all the money that I took from the bank.
After that first success, he just kept going.
When Rob Tripkin, a food packer from Southern California, met Timothy at a Partners Worldwide conference in Grand Rapids, Michigan, he recognized a leader.
He added more gas stations. He launched a distribution company, then a transport company, and through it all, he made a contribution to the well-being of people in Uganda.
When you notice the hopelessness, you definitely want to do something about it. However small I may contribute, I should come and give a hand to try to mitigate some of the problems.
Problems addressed by providing business opportunities.
The bank is known as Talento Finance. Last time you asked for some money to get a loan, I started knowing that there are a lot of people out there, and if you can help them, they can actually also make it in life. So I started giving that kind of loan.
Talento was a way to help others in the community. The entrepreneurs, in my view, are really the key to the future. They're the ones who are building businesses. They're creating pathways out of poverty.
With all these new ventures and the sense of responsibility shadowing him, Timothy valued his mentoring relationship with his North American partner.
There are a lot of times when you feel you almost want to give up. There are a lot of times that you feel you don't have the right knowledge now to implement a certain project. There are a lot of times that you feel that you don't have the capacity, whether it is financial or human resources.
Even though Rob lives across the ocean, he walks alongside Timothy.
As we're going through problems in our business, whether in Uganda or the U.S., it helps to be able to talk these things over. In a sense, that's I think a form of encouragement that's important.
To have someone that can walk along you, maybe even only to give you a nod, is great.
Timothy has taken the concept of mentoring to those in his own country.
But you're getting on well, I'm happy.
At 10 years of age, Aloysius Kongoli lost both his parents to AIDS. He had no idea how to care for his younger siblings.
They were looking at me for everything. Psychologically, it was torturing me a lot. So I used to worry about them very much.
He didn't have any relatives. So it became part of my social responsibility to go and visit him.
Timothy recognized an entrepreneurial spirit in young Aloysius, and he decided to take in this orphan boy in hopes of raising a businessman.
He put me in a shop, and I was learning how to run a business when I was still very young.
When Aloysius gained the business skills he needed, Timothy gave him a sewing machine and 6 months' rent to start his own tailoring business.
Since I opened my shop, I'm able at least to take care of myself, my sisters, and I can solve some problems for myself.
Despite the 7 businesses he built and the 100 people he employs, Timothy can't forget how he once lived off of Uganda's fertile land, now barren with hungry children.
You think of the children that came in the camp when they were 3 years old. They are now 23 or 24. These are adults. They know nothing of any cultivation of food. You think of the girls that have given birth to their children, they almost know nothing of how to take care of them.
Yearning for his countrymen to live from the work of their hands, he began a program where 2 families share oxen to cultivate their land once again.
The more cattle you have, the more recognized in the community you are.
These cattle create a community, reflecting the example set by partners worldwide.
A one-on-one partnership has the advantage that you can share mutual problems, talk about opportunities, share hopes.
Because you may think this problem is unique only to you, but it is also good to learn that people in stages go through these problems and they overcome. So it is great to have somebody that can mentor you, that can work with you in some of these things.
Side by side, partners from 2 nations can now enrich both their lives.
I find that working with Timothy, working with with our partners in Uganda, really brings me a sense of joy. To see somebody who starts with nothing. Through his business, he's probably supporting a dozen or so families and growing like crazy. That's a powerful experience.
Yoked together, partnerships create jobs, opportunities, dignity, and most of all, hope.
Maybe the young ones that are now growing, maybe they'll start to go to school again. Maybe the economic situation will also improve. But the hope will come also when we all do our part, we do our input. Then perhaps we can see the hope coming. Yeah.